What's going on, guys? It is FaZe Simp here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my Call of Duty Vanguard settings. Now, this is something that a lot of you have been asking for recently, and I have it in my Discord, but I don't think my Discord is always the best place to go, even though you should be in my Discord. But yeah, I decided to record a video on my settings, graphics, audio, and controller, and kind of just give you guys a rundown of what I use. So let's get straight into the video, and hopefully you guys like my settings. All right, well, to start it off, guys, we're going to be starting in the graphics section of your settings. On display, I play on full screen borderless. I do this at home just because I have more than one monitor that I like to use at once, and tabbing out is kind of annoying when you have it on full screen, at least in my opinion. But if you want to have probably a little bit more frames, you probably want to have it on full screen. At least that's what I've heard. So whenever we play like online matches like in Cold War, I played full screen. But at home, I still played full screen borderless just because it was more convenient for me. Display resolution, you want to have 1920 by 1080, or whatever your monitor is natively, I guess. Refresh rate 240, you want to have this at the max one that you can possibly have. VSync, you want to have off for the most part, just because it might stop your computer from getting a little bit more frames, especially if you have lower end hertz monitors like 60 or 144. You definitely want to have this off just because, you know, your PC might exceed that number of frames. So if your VSync's on and you have a 144 hertz monitor, it won't ever exceed your 144 frames. So yeah, that's why I kind of like that mine off. Frame rate, you want to have unlimited. This kind of just goes with the same thing. You don't want to kind of cap yourself when you can be getting more frames. Aspect ratio, I do automatic, but I think, I don't even know what it is for most people, but I just do automatic because, you know, it's easier. And I think that is it for this section. All right, guys, next we're going to be getting into the quality settings of our graphics. And this is really the nitty gritty parts of what really matters with your quality settings, in my opinion. So without wasting any more time, let's just get right into these settings. Preset, you don't really want to touch this because you're going to be changing stuff anyways. It would make it easier though if you guys do want to start out by putting your stuff on low, because I do have most of my stuff on low, low or medium depending on what it is. But if you want to kind of save yourself some time, just make sure you preset your stuff to low. Next, I have 100 render resolution. You don't really want to up this. You don't really want to mess with this too much. It makes your game look kind of weird if you mess with it. Dynamic resolution I have off. For texture resolution, I have medium. This is because I just like to see a little bit more of the detail of the maps. I feel like it helps a little bit with me personally. Texture filter, anisotropic, I have low. I don't really know what that does. Particle quality level, have that low. Particle resolution, have that low. Bullet impacts and sprays, I have on. Shader quality, I have low. Tessellation, I have off. Level of detail distance, I have short, because most of the maps you play, I mean, you don't need to see that far anyways. Knee bar level detail low, same reason. Distance level detail low, same reason. Clutter draw distance and volumetric quality level, I don't really know what those do, so I have them low. The main reason I have these things low up here is because of the more like particles you have, the more frames it's going to take. So I kind of just have it low to save the amount of frames. You can have it very low if you want to. Personally, I do low just because my PC can handle it. Screen space shadows, you want to have off. Shadow map resolution, you want to have low. Sun shadow cascades, you want to have low. Cache sun shadows off. Cache spot shadows off. Spot cache size low. Spot shadow quality, you want to have low. Particle lighting low. Ambient occlusion off. And GTA AO quality low. I don't really know what half of this stuff does, to be quite honest with you guys, but I have it all for low just to save me some frames, so I would recommend you guys do the same. Fidelity, you want to have off as well. Fidelity FX cache, you want to have on though, and make sure your strength is on 80. This just helps the sharpness of everything. Anti-aliasing, you want to have the Filmic SMAA T2X. Have that on low and 100 Filmic strength. I don't really know if this is the best stuff to use, but that's what I've been running since day one, to be honest. Depth of field, you want to have off, and VRAM usage, you want to have 85%. That's going to be it for the quality settings of the graphics. This was the main part probably for what's going to be affecting your frames, your gameplay, and just the overall quality of how stuff looks. So next we have the gameplay part of graphics, and I'll see you guys at that part. All right, guys, now we have the gameplay part of the graphics. There's not much here, but there is some important settings you do want to change. First off, I changed a little bit of my colors. I don't know if any of you guys really like to do that. There might be better colors low key looking at it now, but I have color filter on none, color filter target on interface, and the palette on default because I don't have any color blindness, or I don't have any preference for those colors either. My color I made pink. Like I said, this is all preference, but this is just what I use. I use this pink. I changed the default team color to a lighter blue because I felt like it was easier to see on the map. Same with the party color. Enemy color, you should probably have this red. I think I had that red. I don't know why it was on default, the orange, but yeah, those are the colors I have for all my stuff. Field of view, I have 100. You probably want to play affected in this game. Personally, I feel like a lot of the pros don't really use independent in this game. They're not really noticing a difference. So they've been running affected, most of them. Field of view as well, it's kind of preference. You want to be above, you want to be on 90 or above though, for sure. Otherwise you're going to be kind of at a disadvantage in my opinion. And then probably onto the most important settings of this tab here, camera movement. You definitely want to have this on least so that your screen isn't moving as much as possible. And then you want your motion blurs to be off for the obvious reason of, you know, you don't want motion blur. And then last but not least, the NVIDIA reflex low latency. You want to have this on and boosted. This helps with exactly what it says. It just helps your system optimize the latency and make sure your GPU is just clocked a little bit better. So yeah, that's it for the graphic settings. And now we'll move on to the audio and controller settings, guys. All right, guys, now getting to the audio part of the settings. This is kind of an all preference, so if you don't really care about the audio, just skip to the controller part. But we'll just run through the settings real quick. Master volume, I usually have 80 or 85. I feel like in this game, the game is very, very loud, even on 5. So keeping it low will probably be fine. I had my my audio a little bit lower right there. My bad if you guys couldn't hear the little ticks, but dialogue volume, you want to have 100, sound effects 100. I feel like controlling the master volume overall is the most important part, just because it's you don't want to mess with your own like mix of like how loud one thing is, how loud another thing is, because it might throw you off. So in my opinion, you just want to change the master volume. I didn't change my hit marker volume. That's on 75. I use the Vanguard hit markers. The audio mix, I use headphones, and I think that's really about it for the audio section. So yeah, those are my audio section, guys, and let's just go straight on over to the controller. All right, guys, now this is for all you controller players that are trying to get twisted on the sticks. We got the controller settings. You know, I use 6 stick sensitivity in this game. I don't think anyone's really used anything else, maybe 7, but I think in this game everyone's sticking around the same. I haven't changed my multiplier on anything. Everything is about 1.0, as you guys can see. The preset, I play default, and then I also don't play flipped. Standard for all this. Aim curve, aim response curve, you want to have dynamic. This just feels the most consistent and like the best feeling aim assist in my opinion. Controller vibration you want to have off. Trigger effect I can't really change because I don't have a PS5 controller. But weapon fire threshold, I've heard this is better when you have this off, but I haven't really noticed anything with it on, so I kind of haven't really changed it. Next, for advanced controllers, let's see if I changed any of this. I haven't changed any of this stuff, guys. So I'm just gonna go over to the dead zones. In this game, I do 1-1, 5-5, 99, 99. The trigger dead zones, you definitely want it to be the lowest, just because you want it to be as reactive as possible when you're trying to aim in and shoot. If you play flip, this probably doesn't matter. The minimums for your left and right, I kept 5. I don't know if people are doing it in this game where they're putting it to the lowest and going up by 1. I haven't really done that yet. And then max 599, just because that's the default of what it is. So yeah, those are all my controller settings. Let's just move on to the gameplay aspect of the controller inputs. So target aim assist I have on, of course. Need my good old aim assist. Weapon mount doesn't really matter. I'd say the important parts for this screen, guys, are going to be the movement. You want to have the automatic upper mantle on partial, and you want to have these other two as off. And this helps you a lot with your auto mantling. and I feel like it just helps you control your movement a little bit more. Man stance queuing, I haven't really changed that, but I have it on. Automatic sprint I have off. Auto move forward off. Sprint cancels reload I have on, just because I feel like it helps me finesse a little bit more. Spinning door bash, you have to have this on for sure, otherwise you're not going to be door busting anything. Probably one of, if not the most important setting of this screen, slide behavior. You want to have this tap to slide. This helps a lot with your slide canceling and kind of just your movement in general. You don't have toggle for this, just so that you don't have to hold your sprint in. Aim down side behavior, you don't have hold. You don't have toggle. Same with equipment. You don't want to be holding it the entire time. Or you do want to be holding it the entire time. You don't want to just have it press it once. It won't feel like accurate to your reactions. State behavior, I have hold. Automatic behavior, hold. And interact, I have tap to reload. I feel like some people, like especially in Warzone, you probably have it prioritized interact. I feel like a lot of people have. But tap to reload, I feel like is super important in a Vanguard comp. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for my settings video. If you did enjoy, make sure you drop a like on the video. I would also really appreciate it if you guys sub to the channel if you're new here. And like always, make sure you comment below what you want to see from the channel, what kind of pub videos, what kind of comp videos, tips and tricks, etc. I'll do my best, but it's not always the easiest to make those videos, but I will do my best to make them. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.